Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a book review on 3 books, and the best book I saved for last. Okay, you guys. So, 2 of the books I showed in my October favorites, and I sort of talked about them a little bit, but not really like in depth like I really do. So this first one is you guys know, if you watch any of my other book reviews, I like to read Amish books. I don't know why, I just do, and it's interesting because it's like they're fiction. They're probably fictional, maybe, I don't really know, but it has lots of like interesting stuff about the Amish people usually in it. And this one is The Bridesmaid, and this is Beverly. It's by Beverly Lewis, and it's the Home to Hickory Hollow series. I guess that's what the series is called. And I got this at Walmart. It was in a big bin, and I think they were all like $5 or below. I think this was like $3.99 or something, or $5.99. I don't remember. But this is what it looks like, so you guys can see. I do have another one that sort of goes with this series that I'm reading right now, and it's bigger. There's 43 chapters in this book, plus an epilogue. The chapters are really, really short in it, and the words on the page are, shockingly, they're really, really big. The one thing that I didn't like was I never read anything besides that Wanda E. Brownsetter, whatever, I think that's how you say her last name, I'm not really sure. I never read anything but her book, so when I read this book, I was like, it's going to be a totally different experience. And it sort of was, because it was always really weird, because it's sort of different from reading her books, because her books, Wanda's books, they only settle on one sort of situation, and this book had like 4 or 5 different situations in it. And the one thing that was different was that in her books, no, never mind. In her books, her chapters, there's only probably like 10 or 11 if you get like those small books that she has for her series. But this book is really like, I didn't understand it because it's Home to Hickory Hollow, but there's not really any suggestion that this is the first book or not. And, you know, some of her books have been made into, like, movies, like, on Lifetime and stuff. But I don't think I really like her more. I don't like her a lot. I mean, I like Wanda's books better. I mean, I have another book that I have to read. But, yeah, the one thing, though, I didn't get is, you know, the chapters are really short. And some of the chapters, you basically, like, don't need to even be in it. You know what I mean? It's like those chapters where you think it's just a waste of time because it has nothing to do with the story at all. And in this one, it seemed like she rushed through it. Like, it seemed like everything was slow, like, all drawn out in this book. And then the epilogue comes, and it's sort of like everything's just rushed at the end. And there's one part of the storyline where I didn't think didn't even need to be in it. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't know if anybody read this book or not. But, yeah, but I really, really liked it. It's one book that I would like to get. I think it's like $15, but since I got it in the huge book bin, it's not there anymore. It was only like $3. So, yeah. So, the next one is an author that I'm really obsessed about. He's in, like, my top 10 favorite authors, and this is Riordan, and this is the last book in the Heroes of Olympus. It's The Blood of Olympus. There's 4 chapters in it, and it's the last book in the series. And like I said before, I like his books because each chapter is based on somebody's character. So it's not like in the Amish book, this book, where there's little like symbols that break up. I don't know what they're called, like little symbol things, like squiggly things that break up into a new setting and a new place and a new character. So this book goes into one character for maybe like 3 to 5 chapters, and then they change it and they go into a different character. So with this book, you can't really read this book unless you have read all of the other books. And luckily, this is the last book in the series, so you don't have to worry about ever getting caught up again. I think this has 513 pages, and some of them in the back are just like glossary of like what the gods are, like what the gods are of like water and fire and stuff. So this is what the book looks like. It's really thick. It's a hardback book, obviously. So this is what it looks like. And the one thing I hate is that the one thing you have to remember is, these books, since he writes these and they're so big, it takes him a year to do them. So they usually come out in the fall. And I'd always get so excited because I'm like, that means that I can get this book and I can read it with the other ones. So when I would get books, when I get his books, I wouldn't read from the first book to the last book. So it would be like, I wouldn't get ready for that. I mean, I used to do that for Harry Potter. Like, when the movies would come out, I would reread the book so that I knew what to look for in the movie, I guess. But for these, I never did that. So I always got the one. So it was like when the second book would come out for next year, I didn't read the first one over and then read the second one. So this book I really liked. It was really, really exciting. Like, his books are like so full of like exciting drama, and it's like the best ever. And I really like mythical god books. Like, the one reason why I started reading was because I started to get the Harry Potter books. And I remember I hated reading. I thought it was like a waste of time. And when I started reading those books, I was like, I said, maybe it's because, in school, it was because I was in school, and, in school, you don't really read books or read, like, little, like, stories in, like, those big sort of books you get in, like, elementary school that you really like. They're all based on, like, your age bracket and what your age bracket likes. So I started reading those books. I was like, oh my god, like, there's actually something exciting that you can read, and it's something that you really like. So, yeah. So his books are really good. I have all of them. I have the Egyptian god ones. I don't know what they're called. The Cain series, I think. The Heroes of Olympus, and then the Percy Jackson ones. These books are really good because, it makes you imagine more in it. Like, it has more, like, imagery in it than you can get in, like, any other book. Like, with the Amish books, I can't really get that sort of imagery because it's, like, one-sided, I guess you could say. But when you read this book, the Heroes of Olympus book, the book 5, or any of them, you get more sense of imagery. I don't know if it's because it's, like, action-y and it's not based on, like, real people or real events or anything. But, this other one, it's just because, it's based on real life, I guess you could say. If it is based on real life, it's, like, probably fictional romance or something. But it's, like, that book is, like, well, why read it? Because that happens to everybody. So, his last book I have is one of the best books I probably ever got, I guess. And it's the One Direction Who We Are book. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I showed you guys in a haul video, and like I said before, I really loved it because it talked more about how they felt towards the beginning of when they were in the band, and I really like Zayn and Louis the best because Zayn's just like a mysterious guy, and all this stuff is private. Like, he's one of the people that could probably, like, just go back to being, like, a normal dude or something, because his life and rumors about him probably never get out into, like, the public eye or anything. And I said it before in a previous video that I really like them based on their last album. Like, I never really liked their beginning album because I'm like, when I first heard them sing the first song, What Makes You Beautiful, I thought, oh my god, these are, like, 13 or 14-year-old guys, like, whatever. And I never knew they were, like, 16 or 20-year-old guys, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want a 16 to, like, to a 20-year-old boy band to sing a pop song that sounds way out of, like, what they do and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I really liked Louis' chapter because his chapter was mostly about, it was really sad, let's put it that way, because he talked about, this is like a spoiler, was because, he talked about in the beginning of the band where he didn't really get a say in everything, and he felt like his part in the band was, like, worthless. You know what I mean? Something like that. But, yeah. But the one thing I gotta say is, Louis, like, I know, like, with him, I can't believe I'm saying like a lot. Like, I haven't done that since, like, the 3rd grade. one fan wanted to take a picture of him. And I'm obsessed with Louis, guys. Like, I'm a Louis girl. Like, no joke, I am. But, and he's like, well, no, because I just want to see how I pissed you off or something. And I'm like, I don't think that's really being sassy or cocky. Because I'm like, people just don't give them the space that they need. And you can, like, put in the comments all the hate you want. But it's true. Like, they don't, like, you know, they were probably rehearsing for the X Factor because they're supposed to be on it, I think, like, on Sunday or something. So they were rehearsing that day or rehearsing for their tour or whatever. And I'm like, if I was like that, where I had to spend, like, X amount of hours in a room getting frustrated with trying to figure out how to do certain things and sing in a certain way you have to sing, the last thing I would want to do is take a picture with somebody, or, like, do it. Like, all I would want to do is probably go home and, like, chill out and do whatever I wanted to do. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, people just don't understand. Like, some people probably do understand, but there's probably a good percentage of people that really just don't understand it. Like, I get that they're, like, okay, like people want to see them because they're, like, people's idols, like, girls' idols and stuff. What I don't get is, you know, you should give them their space. Like, seriously. Like, why don't you give them their space, like, every once in a while? You know what I mean? It's so crazy when you see pictures of, like, 20 gazillion people outside their hotel or something. And I'm like, out of the 20 gazillion people that are at their hotel, only, like, the first maybe, like, 50 people might see them. You know what I mean? So that was, like, a little mini rant, I guess you could say. But, comment below if you want me to do any more videos on books you want me to do in the future or read in the future and do a review on. Please subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.